Coach had talked about how when you're healthy, you're one of the best. You've got great energy and confidence to you coming off of your injury from last season. Kind of how are you building off of that and getting back to what we saw last year?
Well, really, it was a long process. Actually, after the injury happened or whatever, I got kind of real down on myself and stuff because it got around like the February to March to April, and I still wasn't like, feeling really good at all. So really now, just continuing to push like as I feel my body healing and doing what I feel like I can do, at a high level. Well, and I really started like waking up earlier so I can get in the building real early, get some treatment and stuff like that. Go ahead and get myself feeling good for the day. I mean, that's really how I've been coping with, the issues with that foot or whatever. But everything's been pretty good so far.
Brandon, I know you got a couple guys that have been dinged up and missing some time right now, but overall, it looks like you got a lot more depth, a lot more bodies in the secondary this fall camp. Just what's the competition been like? How's it been different?
The competition has been great, actually. We have a ton of guys. We're a senior-led group, and we have a lot of older guys, who's encouraging the younger guys. We have a lot of younger guys stepping up, getting into their playbook, and understanding way more than they knew this spring because, we had a lot of early enrollees, and they've been doing a tremendous job on attaching to the playbook, and, just being in sync with everything. So the competition has been great. And also I feel like we all are making each other better in every aspect, of life and on the field.
Brandon, what was your mindset going into camp? Because you talked about the injury. You had a run of starts there. You seemed to be playing really well when it happened. And then you come back in the spring, and you got 4 new guys here, I think, and everybody back. So what was your mindset going into the spring knowing it was going to be competition and you had to go earn it?
Yes, sir. Well, everywhere I've been, I always had to compete. So really my mindset was, focus on me. In the middle of last season, I kind of learned, how to, face myself or challenge myself each and every day rather than competing with the guys around me. I try to do a big job of watching film when I get home, and out in times when I'm away from the building, trying to stay in sync, keep watching and keep learning. So I'm really competing with myself at the end of the day, taking what I know from my film study and trying to apply it on the field.
How do you kind of balance focusing on yourself and still being a good teammate?
Right. Well, it's kind of a line that you have to draw. You have to hold your teammates accountable, and that's a part of them holding me accountable or me holding myself accountable. Going home, watching extra film. I do it on my own, but when I'm here, I'm watching it with my teammates. We all try to encourage each other to get in our playbook. We say it as a group. We say it as a unit. Lock in, be within, and be all in. And I feel like that kind of just applies to our motto, going home and doing extra when you're not in the building. As a group, we got to hold each other to that standard to make sure that everyone's doing it when they get home. And I feel like that's where the freshmen have grown.
You mentioned the amount of competition that you've been able to see out there during fall camp. Can you talk a little bit about how it's fueled the overall production and energy that you guys have on the field and how that can benefit you guys later in the season?
Well, we have a lot of good days, and we have some rougher days going with our offense. But I feel like we make them better, and they make us better. But competing, it's on both sides of the ball. We're competing with receivers and DBs. The receivers, when we go against them, we're competing with the DBs, like, in our group. So, I mean, I feel like, we just have to do a good job at, understanding what they're going to do, competing. And it's like whoever understands what they're doing the best, they probably will be the most productive. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a way.
Brandon, what have you seen from those 3 young corners? What's impressed you about Ricky, Christian, and Jordan?
Man, all of them have a great sense of urgency. They're all real fast guys. They're young, and they have grown a lot. I know in the spring they were making plays, but they didn't really understand why they were making the plays. But like now, they have confidence. Conyer, Ricky, and Jordan Matthews, they all have a great level of confidence outside on the edges at corner, and they have a better understanding of route concepts and things like that. So they are able to make more plays. So they've been doing a great job.
Who have been some receivers that have really stood out to you in camp and have been kind of the hardest guys to guard?
Yes, sir. Well, Ramel, Caleb Webb, Nimrod, and Dante and Squirrel. All of those guys are extremely fast. You know, we have Trey Weary as well. All of them have been like tremendous with their route running. You know, their understanding of the defenses and coverages. Like when we playing some type of 3-high, how they sit their routes down and stuff like that. They're very intentional, and they all have to have like, you know, good eyes and understand their keys. So they've been doing a great job there as well, making us better on defense.